Gridiron Show returned in 2004. The opening skit illustrated how things never change. Brenda and I emerged from a rabbit hole we'd been in the last 14 years and encountered the Mad Hatter.
You haven't been on stage since the first George Bush?
The first George Bush? You mean there's been more than one?
Sure, but in between there was some guy named Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton?
You mean we missed 4 years of Bill Clinton being president?
No, 8.
8?
Yeah.
8? Oh my, just think of all the policy jokes we could have made about a Clinton White House.
You don't know the half of it.
But during those 14 years, there were big changes in what had been sleepy little Benton County.
Everything's up to date in Benton County. They built out all the way to Beaver Lake, with subdivisions springing up on every piece of ground. They move out there to hide behind the gate.
Everything's up to date in Benton County. A building boom that runs around the clock. A tourist trap for shoppers in the Walton groupie crowd, with faster growing neighborhoods that ought to be allowed. A measure of prosperity that makes the corporates proud. It's just about as bad as Little Rock.
Yes, sir!
It's just about as bad as Little Rock.
Probably the biggest effect of all that growth in Benton County, even with the 540 highway and that brand new Hiawassee bypass, is traffic.
Trailer trucks end to end. Traffic jam around the bend. Slow truck, slow van, so far. I've only gone a block so far.
Stuck on the road.
I know every pothole on 71, all of the speed traps I haven't hit none,
And every exit in every town.
And every freaking pothole I have to go round.
See, trailer trucks end to end. Traffic jam.
We need a train to run it in Northwest Arkansas. Let Walmart pay the price tag, cause they've got all the dough. Can't move all the traffic on antiquated roads. You've gotta run the rail trains when population explodes.
not too many who can sing that low note there. Yes, population has exploded in Northwest Arkansas, and it's even more evident in the schools than anywhere else. In 2007, Rogers was in the planning stages of building a new high school, a second high school. Here are some of the school board members.
We need a new school, gotta follow the rules every time we make decisions. When the school board divides and the people take sides, we wanna handle with a lot of precision.
Body rosy, cheeks and blue eyes. Keep breathing Julio in separate schoolyards.
Keep Bree and Julio in separate
During the first 13 years of the Gridiron, every year we had a Walton Arts Center skit. Year after year we spoofed them because it hadn't been completed yet. In this last span of shows, The perennial skid has been Crystal Bridges. We've been poking fun at them since 2006 when we sang this song.
Come and listen to a story about a Walton and Leanne. Daddy made a fortune and made her a billionaire.
Then one day she was looking for a call when a fancy masterpiece really gave her a pause.
Asher Duran, Kindred Spirits, $35 million.
Well, the first thing you know, she built the plans in our museum. Wants to put her pictures up so folks can come to see 'em.
Said it's built, the place we're gonna build, and the city slicker type gave her look to kill.
Manhattanites, that is. Snotty curators, flyover types.
New York set to say goodbye to art they thought they owned. It was so good to put us down to Nashville home.
You're all invited down this way to see what we've done. We'll lend an Ozark welcome if you'll hold your Yankee tongue.
Crystal Bridges, that is. Tourist spell, but keep your shoes on. Y'all come back now, you hear?
Well, there's no doubt that the housing crisis has hurt our economy, but there's one result of the crash that we're pretty happy about. This didn't get built. But in 2006, developers had high hopes for a massive condominium on Beaver Lake.
I sang this song back then, and playing off Carmen Miranda's famous headpieces, mine kept growing bigger with bigger and bigger condos.
Find an old abandoned lot. Build a condo. Just some land that time forgot. Now it's real estate for sale.
Well, Beaver Lake's a good place for a couple of towers, so the landscape's defaced, just a bothersome detail.
Build higher if we can. Build a mondo condo. Oh, please don't let us fail.
Keep the bank off of our tail.
Something really good happened for the region after the region's growth, and that was Northwest Arkansas Naturals Baseball came to the region. In 2008, one of the planning years, we tried to help the planners with our version of a mascot, Whizzy the waterfall. You may remember that the first thing the Naturals had to do was to get past the good preachers of Springdale, who didn't want beer sold at the stadium. In 2006, the Gridiron brought on the players.
You gotta have beer. Can't have baseball without beer. When they took us out of Kansas, we vowed we'll play for your crowd, but we're gonna have booze. Makes it better when you lose.
When they said you'll go to Springdale instead, well, that's when we read the news.
When you ask the local voters, would they build a stadium? There were lots of good supporters, and just one guy who was dumb. He had to slam it, had to damn it, but you gotta have proof. Something cold to go with you.
When the umpire says it's time to play ball, that's when we call for a little beer.
Yeah, you gotta have beer.
Now the Gridiron takes note of national stories stories too, of course, politics, and sometimes we even poke fun at developments in health care. That may sound a little dull, but in 2005, the big news was about a spectacular new drug. Even though it made some of their users go blind, that little blue pill sure made a lot of men sit up and take notice.
I feel old and out of spark, so much trouble in the dark. When I thought I would arrive, I was in for a sad surprise.
Nothing happens down below. Nothing seems to be aglow. Oh, please give me back Viagra.
Thrills I get when she holds me close, tells me that it's time for a dose. Even though I have the will, I still need that magic pill.
Oh, I cannot see a lick. Help me, doctor, not be quick. Oh, please give me back Viagra. You have a prescription, right, Scott?
Also on the national scene, we have news about the environment. Now you may think this whole climate change issue isn't really worth singing about, but we did it anyway.
It's pouring down in Africa. There's drought in the east. There's hurricanes in Florida.
One there's a freeze.
The whole planet's warming up, and we're gonna fry.
Al Gore tried to warn us, but he's just too dry.
The ice cap is melting fast, New York's time is short, and Phoenix could someday be a western port.
So we should be careful and prayerful and sane, and write endless speeches about climate change. And if the rainforests are cut to the ground,
We will lose our ozone and all the penguins, they will drown.
yeah, that's kind of a downer, isn't it? We've got our own environmental issues as well. The continuing fight between Arkansas and Oklahoma over water quality. That's given us a lot to write about over the last few years, including this little song.
We don't drink the water in Pensacola, 'cause the river is full of chicken poop.
We don't turn our kids loose in the Illinois. I wouldn't even take my worst canoe.
I'm proud to be an Arkie from Ozarkie. I wish those Sokies would just holler quit, 'cause every Illinois is what they wanted.